So how do we come up with that idea? All right, sweet. All right. So let me start with Gabe, I guess. Yeah. So how did we come up with the idea? So first off, it's based on a true story, basically. It's based off real life. You know what I'm saying? We were Stephanie really did want me to put a mirror up, you know. Um, so I was trying to think like, I just thought it'd be a funny idea. Like, so first of all, when I come with short film ideas, I like to make films that are like logistically make sense for me to pull off. So if I only have access to my off, my office space, my room, the only actor is my wife, then that's where I'm going to start going when I start brainstorming ideas. So I'm gonna say, all right, well, it has to take place in the house. What story can I make? Around what I have. You know what I mean? So then, but at the same time, I want to have like sci-fi elements to it because I love sci-fi. So that's where the idea of come on like creating a robot. Great acting. Steph did her thing. You make Greeks films and Indo. I appreciate that phone with Cyber. Yeah, Stephanie. Thanks to her. She's the one. Actually, if y'all don't know, she's the one that came up with that dope twist ending. All right. So originally, when I made when I first wrote it, I was thought it'd be funny if it was more like kind of like Gemini Man with Will Smith. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but yeah, Gemini Man. He comes in, he's like, I'm fighting yourself, that kind of whole thing. Because I'm into like sci-fi action, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that's where my mind was going. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like I was going to get my brother to play me, like for those kind of scenes. But first of all, that was going to take VFX up way too high. Like it was a lot more work to do. You know what I mean? To get my excuse me, to get my brother to come in and do a body double. Then I have to do like face replacement on him to put my face on his. Like that's gonna be like make the shot list go up way crazy. But Stephanie's idea consolidated into like a really dope twist where I was like, okay, we don't even need to shoot all that. That's perfect. So he was gonna beat myself up. Yeah, that was what I was thinking about doing. I was gonna try to like break out, and it was gonna be kind of one of those situations where it's like, trying to I forgot, but I think it was more so like on the lines of like, which one do I kill? I forgot what it was, but long story short, it wasn't as better than the twist. That twist was perfect, and so that's why we ended up going with that. The robot was gonna refuse. Yeah, I think so. I have the script. I think I have to look for it. Maybe I should have looked at it before I did this live. But yeah. So yeah, but at first it was definitely going to be some kind of like the robot is trying to take over my life kind of thing. Like it's the robot really was trying to do it, and but with Stephanie's idea it was more so, oh, she's aware of what I was trying to pull, and I'm just going to use the robot for myself, that kind of thing. So which I think is better because Stephanie's like, I mean, I wouldn't be that dumb, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, obviously, yeah, you would know that's not me. So that was perfect for the twist. So so that's pretty much how we came up with the idea. It was just, and the funny thing about it, if you look at the film, a lot of the scenes we made up, we shot it in like a couple days. Like we shot little bits every day, so it wasn't like a full day. You know what I'm saying? Your jaw dropped at the end. Yeah, I wish I could see that. Um, but like a lot of the stuff we had to do, like was real stuff. Like I really did have to like right here. Well, I normally don't always clean my wife's bathroom, but in this case, I'm cleaning my wife's bathroom. Uh, I really did have to do the dishes. We're like, all right, get that shot. You know what I mean? Uh, I really had to make dinner. I really had to make dinner that day, so I said, hey, let's go ahead and let's make that a scene. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like just little things for the montage that we thought of. Uh, did I grow a beard? All right, that's another good question. No, actually, so Stephanie is the one who did my special effects makeup. All right, so this is my real beard here, right? But I wanted to have like a dramatic flash forward, like I've been there, like just bumming it without my wife, just that kind of thing. So we from Halloween a couple years ago, I went as Bernard from Westworld, And we still had leftover. We had leftover. Yeah, so we had leftover. What is? I forget what it's called, but it's like some material. So this is like added on top of my hair to make it look scraggly. So I really didn't grow my beard out that far. So Stephanie's the one that did my effects makeup. She also did some stuff to make my eyes look more like baggy, I guess. And we threw a couple crumbs in my beard. I don't know if you can really threw crumbs in my and stuff like that. So, just for the comedic, and we hollowed out your eyes. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, like making them look, yeah, sunken in or tired. Yeah. Um. So, all right. So another thing I want to talk about with this film, another thing I want y'all to know about this film is that I was trying to establish, I live here, so I know how my house is set up. This is my office, and I really wanted to sell the effect that my office is in a basement. You know what I mean? It's all right if your message is. Um, so we actually don't have a basement. You know what I'm saying? So in order to sell that, I had tried to really sell that with the direction of the camera and stuff, as far as like looking up, as if Stephanie's coming from upstairs, coming downstairs, that kind of thing. But really, there's nothing up there. Like, this is the roof of our house. Like, there's no basement. But I thought basement would be good for the ending. Like him locked down somewhere in a basement. So that's why we went with. So that's why I tried to that was such a genius idea. Thank you. Thanks, babe. Yeah, so that's why we did that, and also with sound design to help it sound like it's coming from another room. Uh, you know, uh, and then another thing I want to mention is with this part here, um, for the locks on the door, I always have like visions for the shots that I want. So like even like I always knew I wanted this shot of the door pulling out. Like I always knew I wanted this, and I don't have locks on my door. Like I don't these locks don't exist on my office door. So what we did was I went to Home Depot, bought some hardware, and got some tape and taped it to the door. I didn't really want to drill into my walls and stuff like that, so I just taped it. So it looks like this lock I could easily open this door. You know what I'm saying? So that was so I was kind of happy with that, how that came out, because I was like, man, I want to be like really locked in and like can't get out, that kind of thing. So that's what we went with for that, and I was kind of proud how that came out. Some other thing about another thing was like shots. I knew this was going to be probably like the biggest shot that we have, and I'll do a breakdown of the shot soon, like after if y'all have any more questions. I knew like this is going to be like the shot that's probably going to take me the longest to do. So I was like, and I'm the only person doing the visual effects and stuff, so I knew I needed to like, all right, reduce my workload and just like, all right, let me just have this be the money shot, and then try to do everything else as simple as possible to sell the fact that he's a robot with sound design. So shout out to Jason Bennett for doing our sound design and help sell it throughout the rest of the movie, because I didn't want to have so much VFX of selling that he's a robot the whole time, like over the top. So yeah, so let me tell y'all a quick story about what happened to the footage though. So folks at home, this is really important. I need y'all to listen. Anybody who's a filmmaker, do not work off an external hard drive. Don't do it no more. All right. I was reading and writing off this hard drive. I usually like to do that because I like to be mobile. You know what I'm saying? I like to be able to like work at one place, take my laptop or whatever, work somewhere else. It's cool for that, but like after a while, the read and write speed, it couldn't handle it, and I got the blue screen of death on my computer. And then when my computer rebooted, my hard drive was corrupted. I lost everything. So I lost, we lost all the footage we shot, all the behind the scenes that I captured because I was trying to do behind the scenes. Lost everything. Thankfully, I already sent like a cut, like an edit of the film to my friend Austin, who did the coloring on the film. So he had a copy of just like a high quality, just just the images. He had high quality of the images, and then I already sent all the audio and sound design. I mean, all the audio to Jason, the sound designer. So they had both halves of the film. I just needed to put it back together. The only problem was I had some visual effects shots that I didn't finish yet. So yeah, and of course it happened the first day I left the house all year. Yeah, so I was home alone. Ain't gonna lie, I was I was crying. I thought I lost. I mean, I did lose everything. So I was thinking like, man, all that hard work and like it's gone. So I was literally crying, thinking like, oh, my stomach. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. I mean, I lost everything. So, but luckily we persevered, figured out a way to still get the film done. The VFX I didn't get to finish, I'll show you, is this shot here. This shot right here. So I didn't really finish. This is a composite shot. Shout out to Bobby Huntley for letting me use his film. I said, hey, I need a movie, like some romantic movie. Can I use one of your movies in this? So that's a little Easter egg. Shout out to him. But yeah, I just threw it in here and I didn't fully finish the composite on here. This was just like a rough, but and it was a lot worse than this. But thankfully, Austin, who does the color, he was able to help save it and make this, clean up some of the blue, or clean up some of the green in their hair. And this is like a little crushed, a little too hard, I think, for the key. But it worked for the movie. It was a quick shot. Since I'm the director, I was like, hey, it's good. That's good to go. You know what I'm saying? So that was like one of the shots that I had to just finish on top. But yeah. Also, so anybody else have any questions about anything specifically? One other thing I would like to mention that is when I made like a rough cut of this film, I was showing some of my close friends. My friend Lance, was this scene in particular. I made a mistake on shooting over the 180 line. I don't know if any of y'all is familiar with the 180 rule. Basically, there's an invisible line between the camera and the actors or whatever. And if you're shooting from one side, you have to keep the camera on that side, shooting back and forth for conversation. Saying so, if this person's face is right here talking, when you cut to the other person, their face needs to be on this side talking. But I made a mistake of when this person was talking, cut back to the other shot, this person's talking like this too, and it's here cutting back and forth, them facing the same way. I messed that up. So for the edit, he was saying, hey, it might just be good to just flip him, even though realistically the background's not the same. So in this scene, little Easter eggs, so y'all don't, not everybody knows this, but basically this is a flip shot of, she's really like facing the same way I am. So we just flipped it so it makes better eye contact for that scene. But the one problem is Stephanie has on her wedding ring on her left hand, and when she goes like when she puts her hand up right there, you see she has a wedding ring. I keep missing it. So you would see she has a wedding ring, but I had to remove it. So I painted out her wedding ring so that the shots, when you cut back and forth, it looks like that's her right hand, but it's really her left hand. So that's the thing about visual effects, is that like not everything's super flashy. You know what I mean? When it comes to visual effects, a lot of times it's useful to help fix the story, tell the story. It's like a minor thing like that, like removing a wedding ring, but it's like it helps sell the shot even more. So I've done a lot of things like that where it's like not everything's like not everything's an explosion or muzzle flash or energy or anything like that. Like sometimes this kind of stuff really helps out you get your project nice and professional, like polished, you know. So he said, the other fun fact is that my thumb was severed, so we had to hide my right hand in every shot. That's why it's on that side in the first place. Ah, okay, yeah. So my wife's she actually cut her thumb, big chunk of her thumb off on a mandolin or something like that. And yeah, she had a really big bandage on. So yeah, that's another reason why we couldn't use that hand. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm loving these behind the scenes facts. Hey, appreciate that. Well, thanks for coming around. Yeah, so that's why, and I can show y'all the shots too on how I did this stuff too. When I get into the VFX stuff. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I wanted to mention about? Um, Here's an Easter egg. Another Easter egg. This movie right here I'm watching. Another film. This is another film that I worked on with Emmanuel Hudson and Chase Walker, another friend of mine, filmmaker buddy, called Unfollowed. So this is like our Unfollowed 2 actually. Or no, I think it was an Unfollowed remake, but this is another one of my films that we did. So I just put it in the movie as like an Easter egg, you know, that we're watching. So and this one does have like a lot of action. Yeah, so any other questions? Okay, in this shot here, for this opening shot, like for this opening shot, like I said, that it's just me and Stephanie shooting this movie. So like me and Stephanie will alternate using the camera. And you know, Stephanie, this is her first Stephanie's like first time really shooting and using the camera. So for this shot, I shot it on a Red Scarlet and we shot at 4K. So I was able to basically in post production just make it seem like I'm pulling out like you know, kind of like a dolly, but you know, just not enough parallax to really sell it. But I wanted to have movement in this shot. So this is basically a locked off shot for this opening shot, but I'm just pulling out. The only time we actually moved the camera, I had Stephanie actually move the camera. Even this one is like slowly pulling out. Is that one? This is the only shot where I actually had her like pan the camera up. And this was a green screen shot too, by the way. I know I can like probably talk about. Yeah, I can probably talk about this stuff forever. So if y'all have any like specific questions, please let me know. So but yeah, that was our film. So now I wanted to show y'all some previs. All right. So I don't know if y'all sure know about pre, but basically it is it's pre-visualization. So it's basically like a sketch of how the movie should. It's not you actually shooting the movie, it's like a test you're shooting. You love your penmanship, man, honestly. Thank you, Steph. Yeah, so basically like I shot this as a test before I actually shot the movie. Because I had, you know, just planning it out, sketching it out, and I shot this on our 5D. So I'm gonna let y'all see that. So this is like me like trying to play around to see if this idea can even work. All right. So let me play that for y'all. It's a little cringe, not gonna lie, but this is before Stephanie had coached me on my acting. All right, so here we go. You can't hear? Oh, my bad, y'all. All right, Sam. Let's run it back. Sorry about that. Yeah, man. Stephanie has been tripping lately. I don't have any time for me, you know? I got a bunch of games I want to catch up on, shows that I want to watch. So, looks like it's time to see it in action. Cool. And as you can see, like, the only visual effects on here is like that closing up, but like I've been in the gym. So, you know, that's all real. But you know, all that other stuff, yeah, you know, I was just testing it out to see. But yeah. So, you know, this is a those apps. I be in the gym. I be in the gym. It's like, nah, that's cat. That's cat. Yeah, I composited those some fake temp abs. But anyway, so as you can see, like Zacharific, I'm not familiar with that stuff, but so with this like previous test, I was like already seeing what problems I was running into. So when we shot it for real, I knew how to correct it. One thing off rep when I shot this, I was like, okay, look, my eye line is
time
off.
for me,
Like I'm not even looking at myself. And I was
I
like,
got a bunch of
oh, and
games
it
I want
looks
to catch
like
up
I'm
on,
more in the
shows that I want to
foreground
watch.
and I'm more in the background. It
So
doesn't look like we're on the same plane. That's why I made myself defocus anyway. But I was like, yeah. So it was like that was like one thing I was like, okay, when we shoot it for real, I got to make sure I have a placeholder on set. Like kind of if you see like VFX in movies, Marvel movies and things like that, and they have like when you see behind the scenes, they got a giant tennis ball or something like that, or like for Thanos, Jeff Josh Brolin has the big extended head so they can look at his eyes even though his face is down here. So that helps in compositing later so that when you're acting, you're looking at the correct eye line. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't doing that here. So after when I look back and when I edited out, when I did this little test, I'm like, yeah, I need to correct that when I actually shoot them. So, um, so yeah, so that's something I learned from this. And then also I was like, I'm not the best at like creating elements from scratch. I'm good at I'm a compositor, so usually I work with like CG artists and things like that, and they'll give me the elements I need to compose them. This is me just kind of like just grabbing some random electrical stuff I saw online and put it in there. But shout out to Julian, he actually made some CG arms and stuff for me for this project. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into that now so y'all can see. You know, actually, before I jump into that, all right, I want to show y'all. We also did our own Foley work, and Foley is basically, um, like we record our own sound effects. Have it clear. So let me see. Let me see. So, um, so I would have my computer up and watch a scene. What was I recording here? Let me go to the next one. Sorry, yeah. All right, so yeah, so I will watch a scene. I got my Rode microphone and a Zoom
video
8.6.
games coming off bookshelf. Take one.
And I was recording myself. So I was trying to get like the sound of me like, you know, moving games off the shelves. What else did I record? I recorded myself eating food. I like doing this one because I got to eat for real. I thought this is fun. You gotta do it for the art, man. So yeah, so that was that. I probably should switch over to art actually. There's more art now. He said, so cool you don't think about all this when you watch a movie. Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a lot that goes into a movie. Like a huge team of people just focusing on one task.
These are
you know
footsteps.
I mean? So this is me. I recorded myself walking on the floor. Because even getting foot sounds. All right. So I don't know if anybody cares about Foley stuff, but that's some stuff that we actually, we did for banging on the door. Me trying to get out. Like that's the recording I did for that, trying to, bang on the door and get out. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's that. Let me show y'all some of the VFX. So we'll start with the big VFX shot. All right. Where is it? All right. So for those who don't know, I use Nuke for my compositing. That's the compositing software I use. I used to use After Effects when I first started visual effects, but uh-oh. I'm still there. I'm still there. Y'all still there? Y'all good? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, y'all. So this is Nuke. I use Nuke Indie. I basically pay for a subscription to that. It's like for a year so that I can get these VFX done. I want to show y'all one of the shots that I did. So over here, let me show you the shot. Boom. Shot right here. So this is the software I used to make it. The original. So before and after. Let me see, before, after. And I even like put the the TV screen, this monitor back on here. I added had to paint, clean up some wires and light stands. Yeah, so see, as you see, I learned from my test that I need to put so this is before and after. So before, after. And as you can see, I use this as an eye line for my robot character. So this is supposed to be me in a chair. And so the way I did this, and I put markers, just in case I had to track. I put markers around all the points on my arms and stuff, just in case I need to. Hold on. Hold on. I just updated my title because I'm trying a different category now. But anyway, so this is Nuke, and basically it's node based. It's different than After Effects. After Effects is layer based. So this is like the node graph, and basically you look at it working from top to bottom. And I'm not going to try to get too. So basically, you hit whatever you're looking on here is basically you can see your progression in the script or in the project. So the cool thing about this is you can work on something, don't like it, move it to the side, play around with different ideas. That's what I kind of like about. I don't know if you're not familiar with the node based process. So the way I attacked this shot is basically I started with the background. I had to clean up the background first, so we removed my stand-in, moved the light fixtures. So I started cleaning up the light fixtures. Then I went ahead and monitors. So I started with this wallpaper piece, color graded it, corner pinned it, LOD focus on it, busted over the monitor. Same operation. Corner pinned it here. Roto, so it's behind. Keyboard, boom. There you go. That's how I added that in. I always pre-comped everything. More cleanup. I did markers right. Oh yeah, right. Cleaned up those markers. So I think I ended up not putting it there. Then I had to paint out my arms. Basically, painting out is like removing something that's in the place. So that's painting out. And so I did an arm paint out here. Basically, now basically mask the area that I actually need. Let me know if y'all, hey, and if y'all have any questions, feel free to stop me. I'm just going through and just talking about what I did. You know, if you, I don't know what the people want, but yeah. So then yeah, clean up this arm here. Then it was the knees. So this is what the CG element is. Julian gave me. He made this in I think Maya. He gave me that as a EXR pass. So what I wanted to unpremulted and just color grading on it to try and match it to the scene. Try to put some other lighting from my room. I also grabbed another. Oh, I added some highlights on like just some. I was trying to make some internal workings. Okay, hey Baba Daoud, you can paint in Nuke like Photoshop. Yes, absolutely. So, I'll give you a quick example. Hit P, pull out the roto paint node. Hit one to look at it. So whatever you're looking at will pop up in the viewer over here. He said, "These my brain is like respect to all this behind the scenes work." They appreciate it. Yeah, at first, you know, Nuke is intimidating, but now it's just fun. It's like definitely my preferred software. So yeah, so you'll double click on the roto paint node, and then in here it gives you properties that you can click and work on. Over here you have the cloning tool. So yeah, just like Photoshop, go ahead and size. Like erasing. That's how you start erasing stuff, you know what I mean? Or even if you want to start extending out, say if I want to add another panel, like you know what I mean? You know, if I wanted to extend it out, even but instead of buying more nanoliths, because these things are expensive, you can just paint some in VFX, you know. 8 years later, and I still don't understand a thing. Hey, I be trying to teach you. He said, "Oh, okay, I thought you did in Photoshop and imported. That's cool." No, I mean you can do that too. If you want to import from Photoshop, you can. Because sometimes some things are easier in Photoshop. One thing I like to do now is use AI detection that they have in Photoshop, which is really good. And in there you can, you know, do your cleanup there a lot easier. Then bring that into Nuke, and then you can just do your compositing from it. So yeah, so let's go ahead and so yeah, so anyway, after you do all that, I was trying to, like I was saying with the knee, I wanted to use some inner workings. So I basically took a piece of the arm because it has some nice glow features in there, and then I duplicated it and I put it underneath the knees. So if you look, if I disable this, you see how it adds like lighting and stuff inside the knees. I feel like I might be getting, you know, but anyway, that's some stuff that I did like to make it look like it's, you know, inside more, you know, working. And then obviously I rotoscoped it and stuff, so it's more inside my pants, you know, without the roto. It sits on top. I'm trying to put it underneath my shorts. You know what I'm saying? So that's it underneath your shorts. Then left arm. So yeah, then I did the arms, etc. Some of this stuff is not going to show up because I use some Gizmo plugin. Yeah, so then you add in the arms, added some glows. And then the next thing was my foreground. So this is my foreground plate, right? This is what I had. So this is what I shot for the green screen. Me in front of very thin green screen. As you can see, the lights are shining through the other side. But it's fine. As long as it's not behind me, then you know it's okay. I'm not using any of this anyway. But just so y'all know, if y'all doing stuff with green screen, make sure like, you know, you don't have stuff like this behind your actor. It's gonna make your job harder for cleaning it up. But in Nuke, you know, there's this thing called an IBK color gizmo. Basically pushes, it helps you make a clean plate using green or whatever blue background, and then you use that to composite. It's basically okay. Whatever's not green, keep that, and so it helps get those nice edges. And then I did a core matte just to help clean up the center of it. That's how you get your character isolated. Did some color correction, edge cleanup, and then I did roto the rest of it off, all the parts that I don't need, and then I guess I did some other grading, and then slapped it on. And the last step is graining, because if you look real close, there's grain. All cameras have like little noise and grain on your footage, so I went ahead and added some grain. I don't know if you can see it, but see that's the grain to help merge. That's the last step in visual effects, to help merge everything. Because you want to denoise your footage, do all your work, and put the grain and stuff back on. That helps make everything. That's pretty much how I did this shot, and this is how it looks. I like to keep my stuff organized and with panels and stuff like that, with backdrops. And but this is the whole shot. So this is the robot comp, right? All this is the robot comp. All this is the foreground. Then you merge them together with this one merge. So that's how I did that shot. If anybody was wondering, this is the software I use for compositing, and it's also the industry standard. Like all the movies I work on, like with the Spider-Man, Stranger Things, all those shows, everything I work on, we use Nuke for that. So this is the software that you want to learn if you want to get into industry visual effects. I want to show you another shot that I did. I was talking earlier about the wedding ring thing. Y'all enjoying yourselves? All right, this Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. So this shot here, as you can see, Stephanie is on her wedding ring. So we had to flip it around. Congrats again on the success of DreamCon. Was there a prize that was awarded? Hey Tree, appreciate that. Yeah, there was a $1,200 prize. So that's where we won. They said and more, so I don't know, maybe it's just like the whole ceremony and stuff. But yeah, they're going to get back to me about the delivery of the goods. But yeah, that was a cash prize basically. And this is my first time like winning something with like a cash prize. Like I won Campus Movie Fest like in college, and we got, which is cool, we got like plaques and stuff. But like this is my first time actually winning something with like a cash prize. So yeah, so this shot here originally looked like this. That's really how the shot was. But for the editing purposes, I should have shot on the other side. But anyway, so we had to flip it for editing purposes. Then, like I said, she got on this rock. So I'm like, all right, we're all gonna know it's her left hand. Did Stephanie finger grow back to normal after the mandolin incident? Yeah, actually it did. The human body is amazing, y'all. It's amazing how it just grows back. You grow back limbs and stuff. So I think you can see a little bit of it, like not still being there, but it's for the most part, you wouldn't know, didn't tell you. But but anyway, so what I did was offset it, color grade it. It's like an offset. It was infected and everything. Yeah, it was really bad. It was scary actually. So yeah, basically that's how I pretty much got rid of the wedding ring. So if you play it fast enough, not perfect, but I think like it's good enough to one. The good thing about working on your own films, you're the boss, and at the end of the day, if you think it's good enough to pass, you're like, all right, it's good, whatever, move on. So it's kind of more hard or annoying when you're like working with clients because they're like, all right, no, let's do another version. And like, hey, it's good enough, or at least for what I need it for. Yeah, so that's the paint out for the wedding ring. So it looks like it's her right hand out. So that's some other little things that I want to do. Everything was good. I think that's pretty much all I have for this behind the scenes wise. Um, getting anything else? Y'all have any more questions about the project or anything? Um, I was still thinking about maybe cooking up a beat. Uh, an exclusive behind the scenes. Yeah, I kind of already showed the exclusive behind the scenes. What's next? Okay, good question, Homo Cyber. So the next project is honestly, but right now I'm already working on a project, helping a friend out with a project. Um, Space Walker, I worked with him on a lot of projects. He's doing a pilot for short film pilot kind of thing. So I helped him edit that project and also doing the VFX on that. So we still got to get the sound design and stuff down for that, but that's like a project that I'm helping him with. What was the music playing on the rough cut part? You talking about the previs I did? I don't know. It's probably some temp music I got from somewhere. I'm not sure. Um yeah, but yeah, so that's what I'm currently helping with. Um helping Bob with the project as well. Yeah, the abs part. Yeah, I don't know what music I use for that. Not sure. But yeah, helping Bob with the project right now. So I got those two things. Once I get those two projects done, really the project for Chase. Once I get that one, once I get that one done, thanks for the redeem, Jen. Um, then I can I'm still learning. All right, so basically I have this short film idea that I wrote a while ago, and I still want to get it made, but I'm trying to decide if I want to do live action or if I want to do all CG either animated or CG. Because I'm thinking like uh I'm thinking like, trying to get actors together. With the last project, I don't know if y'all seen my last film that I did, like last year, was No Escape. That was like, more sci-fi and stuff. And that was fun, but it is definitely kind of hard trying to do like live action, getting people together, doing locations, those kind of things. I feel like I want to do everything right here. Unreal Engine, I've been learning that out of Bob before getting me this course on it. So I've been trying to learn that. But basically, you can just make a full-on CG movie, you know, from by yourself. You can do your own facial tracking, do your own motion capture. Now you might want to get voice actors maybe, but you do all your own voice acting if you want to. And now with AI stuff changing your voice, so yeah, so I'm trying to lean more that route, maybe just something all CG, especially with my ideas being more sci-fi and those kind of things. So um, yeah, so that's what I'm leaning more towards. So I would like to make that. It should be Unreal Engine. Yeah, that's what I want to do with my next project, Unreal Engine. Because it'll be like but the thing is, I'm nervous about like doing that project because like that's a project I'm kind of excited about, but it's like I don't know how to use Unreal Engine yet, and I feel like if I jump in and start doing that right away, that you know it might not be good. So I kind of should maybe do like a test project first, learn from my mistakes on that, then go and do this other film project that I have. So yeah, so but currently nothing other than that though, nothing really concrete on when I'm actually going to start on that because I'm still in the learning phase right now. Still trying to learn the software. Um, but yeah, so that's if that answers your question. um, Basically just working on a project for a friend, project for my dad, and then the self development on trying to learn the software so I can make another project, whether it be animated or CG animated or AI animated. So that's what I'm leaning towards. So I think that's pretty much it for that. Unless I have any more questions, but I think like 9 over here. So I'm thinking I might try and maybe make a beat for the rest of the stream. But for those hanging out though, I appreciate y'all. Let me think about maybe do a giveaway, but I don't know if I have any games anybody wants. Um, let's see, but yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do a cook up though real quick if y'all cool. Not, if not, thank y'all for hanging out, watching my little presentation, my spiel on that. Yeah, y'all stay tuned for the next project.